So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to convert between fractions, decimals, and percentages really quickly. Okay, so we'll start off with converting fractions to decimals. This is very easy if you are allowed to use a calculator, okay? All you do is you look at the top number and you're going to divide that by the bottom number because that's what a fraction is. It's the top number dividing the bottom, being divided by the bottom number. So we do 3 divided by 4. And I'll throw that in my calculator. So you do 3 divided by 4 and it'll spit out your number to you as a decimal. So that's it, 0.75. Okay. Alright, so I'll do the same one with this one down here, okay? 78 divided by 80, I'll throw that just straight into the calculator. And that's my decimal, okay? So that one, 975 or something. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Alright, this one, I'll throw that in my calculator as well. That would just get me 0.88. Okay, so once again, all you do is you take the top number and you divide it by the bottom number and you put that in your calculator. Now, if you don't have a calculator, it's a bit more tough, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to try find an equivalent fraction with the denominator as 100. So that means the bottom number, you want it to be 100. And then you divide the top number by 100. So in this first example, I've already got my bottom number as 100. Now I need to divide my top number by 100. So I'll do 4 divided by 100. When I divide by 100, I'm going to push this 4 backwards 2 zeros, okay? How I like to divide by 100, okay? I'll pretend that there's a bunch of zeros behind the decimal. That's going to help me, okay? And I'm going back by 2 spaces. So I move this one 1, 2. Okay, so I need a 0 here, and a dot here, and my original 0. Okay, so I've got 0.04 for that one. This one, it's 3 out of 50. Okay, so 3 out of 50, I want the bottom number to be out of 100. So an equivalent fraction for this, if I want the bottom to be 100, I think, how do I get from 50 to 100? I do that by multiplying by 2. So I'm going to do the same thing to the top. Times that by 2. That gets me 6 out of 100. I do 6 divided by 100, and that would get me my answer of 0.06. Repeat the step for here. So I start off at 1 over 4. I want to end up at something over 100. So I think, how do I get from 4 to 100? So 4 times something equals to 100. The something is going to be 25, so I'm going to times 4 by 25 to get here. I do the same thing for the top, and that turns this into a 25. Now I do my 25 divided by 100. That would get me 0.25. Easy. Okay. Now let's do converting decimals to percentages. So we do this the same way if we use a calculator or without a calculator, and what we do is we're multiplying our decimal by 100. I'm going to show you me doing it without the calculator to make it a bit easier. So the first example, if I want to switch it to a percentage, I need to times by 100. So we'll do 0.82 times 100. When I times by 100, this decimal, it goes this way twice, okay? So by however many zeros. So I go there. That's going to mean it's behind the 2. So now I've got 82.0, which is the same thing as just 82. Okay? And this is my percentage, so I'll just throw a percentage. 82%. Okay, second example, start off at 1.0. Okay. A 1 is a whole, and let me just demonstrate that it's going to be 100%. So 1 times 100, 1 times 100, any number times 1 is just the number itself, so 100 times 1 is going to just be 100. And it's our percentage, so throw the percentage. Ta-da! Right, next one. 0.847, and I'm going to times this by 100. So this decimal, it moves back twice. 1, 2. So now I'm at 84.7%. Okay, so that's how you convert a decimal to a percentage. Same way as if you use a calculator or without a calculator, okay? So it's up to you which one you find quicker and which one you can do. Alright, now let's learn how to convert a fraction to a percentage. So what we can do is we can either just change the fraction to a decimal first and then from a decimal to a percentage, or we can just do it straight off the bat because it's essentially the same process. We're going to find an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 100, so where the bottom number is 100. And our percentage is just going to be whatever number is at the top of that fraction, okay, the numerator. So here I'm already got my number out of 100. That means my percentage is just the top number, so my percentage here is just 50. 50 out of 100 is 50%. Right, 8 out of 25. So I want it to have the bottom of 100. If you remember before, we said 4 times 25 gets you to 100. So that means to get from here to here, I would be timesing by 4. Do the same thing on the top. And that gets me 32 out of 100. My percentage is just the number on top, so my percentage is 32. Right, now, next example. I've got 125 over 200. Note that the bottom number is bigger than 100 right now. That's fine. I still need to get it back down to 100. So how I get from 200 to 100 is I'm going to divide by 2. That means I'm going to do the same thing up here. Okay, so 125 divided by 2. Let's see what that is. That's 62.5. Okay, so 62.5. That means my percentage is going to be 62.5%. Right? And that's how you convert between fractions, percentages, and decimals. I hope this helped. Enjoy.